When will Jesus come? Well, he told us no man knows the day or the hour, and yet constantly people set dates and they set time frames. Look, this is the parable that Jesus tells us about how to handle the fact that we don't know when he's coming. Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Watch, therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready. For in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. So here's the question. Are you ready for his coming? If you're ready for his coming, it doesn't matter when he comes. But if you're not ready for his coming, it is going to catch you unprepared and unaware. So he says in verse 45, Who then is that faithful and wise servant whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And so there it is. Jesus has given us a task. Jesus has he has given us the gospel. And he has said that if we will trust in him, that we may have everlasting life. And that will make us ready. He has told us that he is going to return. If he's gone away to prepare a place for us, he's going to come again and get us. And so we're supposed to be watching and ready. And he's given us a job to do. He's given us ministry and work to do here during the time between his resurrection and ascension and his return. But he says, verse 48, But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and to drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Please notice that in verse 48 it says, That evil servant will say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming. It's interesting that both servants know of the Lord's promise, but one servant doubts it. He says, Where is he? This is what Peter warns us of in 2 Peter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts, and saying, Where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. And so in this parable, Jesus tells us, he says, when the Lord returns, there's going to be two groups. There's going to be one group that's prepared, that's watching, and that they may not be knowing exactly when he's coming, but they're ready when he does come. And they are carrying out the work that he's given them to do. There's another group that has given up on his coming, that has said, my Lord's not coming. As a result of that, he's not going to know what I do. And they will begin to beat their fellow servants. They'll begin to eat and drink with the drunken. And that is the servant that Jesus uses this metaphor of hell, that he uses other places for. And he says he's going to cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites, where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. And so this is the person who's not born again. This is the person who doesn't believe the Lord's going to return. This is the person who doesn't believe that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. This is the person who says, I'm just going to live for me, for the here, for the now, versus the other person who believes the Lord, who's looking for and ready for his return, and who is tending to the business that the Lord gave to them during this time. So I just want to encourage you today. This parable is such a great reminder. And here's the question. Are you ready? If Jesus were to return today, are you prepared? Have you trusted Christ in your heart? Have you been born again? Are you living for him, paying attention to what he's told you to do? He's got good works prepared before the foundation of the world that you should walk in them. But always remember, it's by grace that you're saved. God bless. Have a great day.